What's going on? It is Friday already. We're coming to the end of January. You believe it? January 26, 2024. We are live, and let's get going. Here she comes. It's time for video check-in. Don't hit the lights. What is wrong with you? To my left, co-host, chickenista, chicken expert, Kristen. Today is going to be an awesome show. Look at goosebumps.
Yeah. Coyotes are everywhere.
What's going on, Kristen?
Oh, I was just getting my chicken poop necklace on.
Can I get some? Someone's already pooped. Ingrid's like doing her job. Ask and you may receive. Ingrid is on it.
Don't blame it on me.
Oxygen is the solution to foul odors.
I just felt it on my back. It's warm and oh, God.
I knew I was going to have serious problems that, like, the Coop remained that much better than the house forever.
The Coop is beautiful, by the way. I'm not trying to plug your products by any means.
Please do.
Lipstick, give me a makeup kit. You know, I'll be nice and pretty for the crows.
Oh, so let's pull out another chicken. This is like a magic trick. Up to 1 o'clock already. Oh my God. We have a new Ingrid.
Memo. I missed the memo.
Know a lot of people who do raise rabbits alongside their chickens.
Why would you wait till the last minute to pull out your homework?
Have we met before?
Yeah, that's a good one with the cords and everything.
This falls right off, and he regrows a new one the following spring.
Calm down, Matt. Calm down.
Why?
This is a really interesting show.
Oh, it's, see?
Yeah.
My fault. I love it. Cindy, you just earned yourself a shirt. I love that.
Yes, Matt, you are right.
I had no idea what to expect when we opened up that box. And this is why we love what we do.
That's my goal, is to really bring people together through chickens.
The power of chickens.
So.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to Video Chicken. We are live. That's why we call it Video Chicken Live. January 26, 2024. How are you doing today, Kristen?
I'm fantastic. How
What
are you?
in the world are you doing?
I am co-hosting the world-famous Video Chicken Live.
Yeah. What have you brought with you today?
A little show and tell.
Wow. Unbelievable. So I walked into the studio today, and I'm like, I had to do a double take. I guess you guys are going to be in for a treat today. I think, or it's going to be a horrible show. There's going to be a lot of animals that I guess you're going to be showing and talking about. I know that I asked yesterday. Hi, Ingrid.
Hi.
I see you and Ingrid were texting, and I appreciate it. I appreciate the group text, and I love a good group text. But
you don't want to actually have to read it.
I don't have the luxury, and I don't ever want it. I don't sit.
Come on. Let's be honest. You didn't read it because there was a green bubble.
Oh, there's that too.
Yeah.
But no, truth be told, it's like you guys are talking, you're figuring things out, you're doing what I asked you guys to do.
Yep.
And then I'm like, okay. And then Ingrid's like, again, Matt, can you please confirm? Okay, you don't actually, no, it was more like, Matthew, can you please confirm for me?
No, that's my text voice, apparently. Matt, can you please confirm?
Matthew.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, wait, confirm what?
Because nobody calls you Matthew.
That's right. Well, Ingrid does. And then I ask Ingrid, like, what is it about? And she says, scroll up.
Because I don't have the luxury of having to retype what we were talking about. When if you just scrolled up, you would have seen what we were deciding.
See, the beauty is of that conversation is it's lucky that we all get paid by the hour. So it helps me when people just give the answer that I'm asking for. So Ingrid, thank you for doing that. Just sum it up, because I don't know if you guys made changes. I don't want to read it and assume it. I just need to know.
I didn't even know if we were having a show because of the whole reset thing, and I didn't
What?
know.
Yeah, you talking about a reset. I got a new word for a reset.
I just wanted
it?
wanted confirmation before I even told you what Kristen and I decided on.
I saw some bankers here today.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So they're
Did
supposed
that go okay? What's going on?
I think so. I think I did a good job.
All right.
I wonder what bankers think. So anyways, guys, 51 people already. Thank you. We are live January 26, 2024. And yeah, it's been a hell of a morning. I'm not going to lie to you. Our regular computer's back up and running, so that's good.
So now you can see me. I'm going to hide.
Well, no, but I know. And then the lighting's in front of you, and I didn't have a chance to fix that. So what's today about? What are we going to talk about?
Go ahead, Kristen.
Well, for those advanced crazy chicken people.
Oh, this is only for the advanced special people?
Who can't bring chickens indoors. I have a couple different types of birds that you can have indoors.
So you're going to show us an alternative.
Right.
If we got
It's just kind of fun, too.
And you were saying something about it being like for the advanced, but I know somebody who doesn't have chickens yet and just is getting a bunch of quail.
Yes.
So sometimes it's a little gateway bird.
Yeah, that could be the case.
Yeah.
Just some fun show and tell, and we'll do Q&A.
There's Ingrid. I had to see Ingrid, so I hope I didn't change up the lighting too much.
I think it's fine.
All right, so today's show is
It is about quail and pigeons.
About quail and pigeons. It's still going to be about chickens. Of course, guys, if you have any questions about chickens, coops, now's the time to ask. And of course, I got things I can get off my chest.
Ooh.
So I'm not sure if we can do that now.
We need a like a little promo. Or
I was thinking the same thing. I was going to ring a bell, Robin says she just started to get eggs, so that's exciting.
I'm starting to get an increase in my eggs too. How about you, Ingrid?
I still just have the olive egger. I showed you my little thrift store find though.
Yes, and I also saw you posted your what was it? All you had were the same color eggs.
Yes, the Skelter. I said yes.
Wait, what'd you say?
Skeletor?
Skelter.
Oh.
I said, well, I did it for Carolina Coops too.
Oh yeah.
Tell me you only have one hen laying without telling me you only have one hen laying.
Oh, that was you.
That was me because
that was brilliant.
Because they were all the same from my same.
So
one
exactly.
And I really like Paul. I don't know maybe it was Ingrid's idea. I don't want to get. Please, go ahead. Today's the day to yell at me if I get something wrong. Whose ever idea it was to show in slow motion the chickens doing the dust bath out front. I thought that was pretty cool.
That was cool.
Nice.
Yeah. I had a dust bath video, but he already uploaded that.
So we have yet to find someone to replace the gentleman that was lost to Alabama for social media. And I'm thankful for Paul and Ingrid. They kind of stepped up. They're collaborating. Paul's trying to get some stuff. So I apologize there hasn't been as much stuff on social media, but I'm thankful that he showed one of the coops that Ethan just finished up in Florida. And I was hoping, if I didn't get so busy today, I wanted to show the pictures, especially the new Dutch door. Did you guys see the picture?
I did.
Isn't that amazing?
I can bring that up for you.
You can?
Well, it's on here.
Here it is.
Oh, shoot. All right.
What?
I have to log into Instagram. And
that's all right. Then go ahead and log into Instagram. So, and speaking of Instagram, I need to make a public service announcement.
What's that?
If you are out there,
I don't want to. Okay.
And you want to contact someone at Carolina Coops, and I have to believe when they reach out using social media, it's out of desperation, which I have done. I've been guilty of that. So it just occurred to me, maybe that makes their statements that much more legit that, hey, what the hell's going on over there? I have called, I have emailed, I'm not hearing back from anyone. I have no idea how that can be possible. So we got to get to the bottom of that, because who knows, maybe something's wrong. There's a glitch in the matrix. There could be something going on with our phone system. But I do have every now and again people that only reach out via social media. I don't sit on social media just waiting for messages. And I think sometimes in the past people have done that and they're like, well, why aren't you getting back to me? It's like, well, just call the office or email or whatever. So I think there was someone recently is like frustrated. So I apologize. I'm not sure if that person's watching now or not, but reached out on Instagram and I'm like, I don't know what's going on. So we got to get to the bottom of that. I don't know if anybody else has had trouble, but we have people all the time ready to take the phone call, right?
That's right. Except for when we're in a staff meeting.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Also, I think you sold one yesterday.
Sorry, it just came right up.
Oh, beautiful. There it is.
I couldn't log in, so I just took a screenshot.
Nice. So check out this door. There is an example of the Western red cedar. It's just of the door. We don't show the entire.
It is, but I just took a screenshot because I couldn't log into.
Okay, gotcha. It is just absolutely gorgeous. Customers couldn't be happier. Had the greatest things to say about the coop, and of course also Ethan, who put it together. And also this Craftsman coop was one of our first kit coops. So we finally, and it's amazing how excited people are about being able to order the Craftsman coop and not have to wait and pay Carolina Coops to come out and put it together, that they can put it together themselves.
Yeah, that's a great option.
The door is beautiful.
Oh, isn't that amazing? And then we just sent out another one that's all Doug fir. They're building their own coop. They're copying the Craftsman coop, and they bought all the windows and the run doors and the pre-hung doors. So I can't wait to see that. Also, the coops in stock, 2 have sold, one yesterday, 1 today. So thank you for that. I was asking Mackenzie, I'm not sure if you have any input. I am hoping people are like, What do you mean it ships today? Are you serious?
They were very happy.
Isn't that awesome? So that's also working. So that's great news. All right. So I guess that's all I got to do. Yeah. And then we met.
That's all to get off your chest?
Well, no. And then it was great to meet with the bankers today.
Okay. Were they happy with what they saw? With their investment?
I think so. Because
Well,
that's what
okay.
I realized. If you're a banker, you're just a gambler. And you want to know which horse to bet on. Well, I'll tell you what. I will make sure you realize I'm the horse to bet on. And I think I've proven it to them, which is
Good.
nice. Bankers are the worse than hawks. They can be. At the end of the day, well, I don't want to get into all that, I guess.
We went with a local bank, and that tends to be better than
Oh, my gosh.
these big guys.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Love the local bank. And they're going to do an appraisal on the building, see if, whatever. There's all that. So it's been a good day so far. All right. So we are ready to roll. 53 people. Thank you for being here. We are live. Do everything you guys can to like, share, whatever you can to do to promote the show. I've been having trouble talking. I'm just going to also warn you guys. I don't know what's wrong with me. I think maybe I'm overdoing on the mushrooms.
Medicinal mushroom.
Oh yeah,
Not
not
psychedelics.
psychedelics. Yeah, no, that's those mushroom gummies. I don't know what's going on, but I have had a hell of a week talking.
All right, we got a question.
Yeah, so let's start with a question. I love it.
April Sherry says, my deep litter hemp bedding seems damp. What can I use to help dry it?
And I don't know if that's the customer that called in that I talked to. I talked to a customer who said she was having the same issue.
So it shouldn't, I mean,
It really shouldn't. And I was stumped.
like hemp is the stuff that, like I would say, add more hemp to dry it. That would be my only suggestion.
So I'm going to assume, which we know we never do, that you already know that this is one of our coops.
Oh, I looked her up. It was one of, she had.
Okay, good. Because we got to be careful.
Well, it may not have been our coop, but definitely our bedding.
See, there you go. There you go. And this is something that I can't emphasize enough, especially when we're taking technical support calls or troubleshooting calls. Don't assume anything. The litter could be damp because of the structure. I know if it was one of our chicken coops, it shouldn't be. I can tell you in the last week, unless maybe 4 or 5 days, if they're in the southeast, maybe in the central of the country, we have gotten pounded with rain. Humidity is up through the roof. You're dealing with a very absorbent material. So I guess one of my questions is going to be, what is our definition of damp? Is it actually where you can squeeze?
Well, actually, I used that very same analogy. I was like, if you picked it up and you squeezed it, do you think it would stick together? And she
Right,
said yes.
Okay, but is water, is some sort of liquid coming out?
Well, I didn't ask her to actually do that because it's filled with poop.
We did it with horse. We did with the hemp bedding with horses. And when you have a full-grown horse urinating on this hemp, and we picked it up and squeezed it, we couldn't even squeeze out the urine. So my first question is, what does damp mean? The other thing is, we do always got to be mindful of moisture or dampness. And this is not time for building blocks.
No, I'm getting my display ready.
Oh, my gosh. I guess I would love to know, what is our definition of dampness? Because, humidity is going to change throughout the season. And are we getting a different smell? Are we seeing something grow that shouldn't? Because honestly, if it's still working the way it should be, I wouldn't worry about it. But
She says no water and the humidity in the coop is high.
And April, did you call in and talk to me last Friday?
Yeah, so I would just need to know a little bit more details, but why, what is it? What is the sign that says it's damp? Because I would really love to know. Because I would have to say, I mean, things aren't always going to stay the same throughout the year. But I think sometimes people get too, they go into it with a microscope. You don't really need to.
She could also, besides adding maybe a little bit more hemp on top, you could also stir it up because the stuff on the bottom is probably dry and composted. And no, she said she called Monday to order a coop, April. I would stir it up. I would maybe add a little bit more hemp if there's room to add hemp.
Right. You're exactly right. Hold on. So I'm confused. No, Monday to order a coop.
She didn't call last week. She called Monday.
Oh, so
a coop.
Yeah, I'm
to
pretty
order
sure
one
I
of our
talked-
coops. So she has damp hemp in a different coop, not ours. Is that what I'm hearing?
It seems like that.
Okay, so I would then again wouldn't be able to answer why without actually seeing it. I mean, you could be getting a lot of sideways rain. There could be a lot of reasons. I can just tell you what I love about hemp is it gives you a lot of wiggle room. If the humidity goes up, if you do get a little bit of rain in your coop, it's not a bad thing. You know something's wrong if you start getting a foul odor. Okay?
Right.
So if you're not getting a bad odor, it's not covered with flies, I wouldn't worry about it.
So Fishing Matt Ryan asked, what is the benefit of pigeons? I'm sorry. Do you eat their eggs or the meat?
They're not very useful. They're just pets.
Good morning, Mr. Fisher
But
Matt Ryan. How are you doing
could
today?
Raise them.
They do lay eggs,
They do, but they're pretty small.
but so are quail eggs.
Yeah, true.
So speaking of quail eggs, I was working on the computer getting Ingrid set up, and all of a sudden I hear, oh, are those eggs? And then all of a sudden I see this bird come flying, nearly dive bomb me. So tell me what's going on here. What are you guys?
Yeah, we had a loose quail.
So
We had two loose quail, actually.
There he goes.
So,
there he goes. Oh,
see
and
ya.
he's gone.
Well, I was so good
pretty
at finding
jumpy.
him.
But this one should be
These
tame.
are really tiny quail. Okay,
Are
so
those button quail?
These are button quail.
all right, so you are suggesting that if you have the itch for chickens and you can't have chickens, one of the alternatives is to get quail, which is what we see right here.
Right. And
Excellent.
this. Oh, there she goes. Okay. Well,
Oh my god, so cute.
at least we have the door.
Do
shut.
they know their name?
No.
Okay, so this is a quail.
Yes.
Is that correct? So you got quail.
That's
and
a button quail.
So this is like having this is like when you were in your house and a sparrow got into your house by accident and it freaks out and you're trying to like find it and catch it. Yeah, that's what happened. Oh. That's what that's like.
All right. Well,
Good.
We have those in an aquarium in the house.
So obviously, if you have quail, which are what's nice about hold on, slow down. We got a whole show to get through here. Oh, you're putting them away? What in the world?
They're so squirrely.
Well, I don't. I think we're okay with letting them go. Now, why are you putting them away? Okay. Here, How we doing today, folks? Oh boy, we got playoffs this weekend. AFC, NFC championship.
I'm sorry. I just didn't want the little quail to get hurt.
I gotta imagine. Are you guys rooting for the Lions? Okay.
Okay.
We back to okay. Good.
I'm sorry. I didn't want the little quail to get hurt.
The little quail's not gonna get hurt.
You just said that that's how they break their neck, by flying.
I didn't say that on the air, but that is true. So if you got quail,
Did I not hear
you
that
got to
before the
keep
show?
them really, really low, or you got to have a really tall ceiling so they don't break their neck. And I tell you, I'm a fan of quail, and I'll tell you why. And it's what you guys are trying to say. If you want to be able to have your own source of eggs, then you can have quail, and they don't require a lot of space. They're supposedly real easy to keep, right? Yeah. Whenever you get back, and then
Well, those button quail, though, the eggs are tiny. It's
yeah,
not like
those are really small quail. That's not the type of quail.
So a regular quail, like the quail eggs you see in the supermarket, Kristen, would they be almost like the size of your pigeon there? Hello? Kristen?
Yes.
A regular sized quail, would it be like the size of the pigeon or a little bit smaller?
Her feet keep getting hung up on this
I know.
contraption.
I noticed that.
Yeah, the button quail have it's surprisingly large eggs for the size of their body.
But they don't look like the quail eggs you see in a supermarket. They're pretty small.
I mean, there's different
So
breeds.
what's another quail? There's a pigeon flying around.
But quail generally have small space requirements. And,
But how big is a regular sized quail compared to that pigeon you have on the screen right now?
Maybe about the same size.
Okay, that's
Right. And what are those quail called? Bob quail or
No, the ones that people usually breed are the starts with a C. Cortex. Or something.
okay. So quail is a great alternative. If you can't have chickens, especially if you live in the city, you got an apartment, you can have some quail. They lay a lot of eggs, right?
They do. Actually, they go. It's 5 weeks before egg or slaughter, so you can eat the quail after 5 weeks, or they eat eggs after.
Wait,
5
they're
weeks.
adults in 5 weeks?
5 weeks.
Could you imagine?
Yeah, the Coturnix. That's what it is.
Coturnix. Okay.
Oh.
Oh my gosh. This is going to be an interesting show. Oh my god. Oh, Kristen. Hold on. Oh my gosh, folks. I am so sorry.
Is he stuck?
He's stuck.
Oh, for Pete's sakes.
It's on the Velcro.
This is...
You just got to understand the situation if you want to be able to fix it.
Oh my gosh.
What are these?
These
diapers?
are diapers. So it's for your protection.
Oh yeah, you had pigeon diapers just for me, huh?
Mm-hmm. There we go.
Yeah, no, they're hung up.
Oh, there's that little quail. Wants to get
Oh
out.
my gosh. Okay, so moving on, I guess. Okay, so quail's an option. Let's say you don't want to do quail. And we need to get back to quail because there's some great things about quail. You're killing me. That's like when someone pushes my ear down. It drives me nuts. I got to imagine that's what it feels like to have your toe. Okay.
Maybe we need better patterns for sewing diapers.
Here we go. Okay. No, it's... Oh, God. Oh, my gosh. Is it he or she is the quail?
Which one?
The one that just dive bombed us.
I think that one's male.
Okay. He'll be okay.
All right. Well, you know how I am with animals.
Okay, so one of the fun
Frustrated
facts
with
that
that.
I don't know if we ever determined it or not about
There.
quail is that if you have an egg allergy, that you can eat quail eggs, right?
Yeah, we'd have to test that.
I've been wanting to test that for the longest time. Okay, so if you can't have quail, you're gonna suggest some type of... These look like pigeons.
Well, these are just cute. I mean, come on. I just wanted an excuse to bring in my pet pigeons.
You're kidding me right now.
What?
This has nothing to do with really the show.
Do these pigeons go outside?
Sometimes, but they have a cage inside.
But they're homing pigeons or
They're a different breed of homing pigeon that is smaller.
do all pigeons
They're
come
like
home?
bantam pigeons.
No wonder you're all over that.
Same with the button quail. They're like small quail.
Do all pigeons? Are they all like homing pigeons though? Like will they all come back to the?
Right. If you let these go now, are they going to end up back at your home?
No, that is actually a process to train them to do that.
Okay.
Interesting. All right. So you brought pigeons in just for the hell of it, is what you're
Yeah, why
telling me.
not?
But I mean, I could see if someone that really wants chickens, but they can't have chickens because maybe how big they are, how much space they're going to take up. But you want some type of pet bird, which there's a lot of alternatives. Like my personal favorite's an African gray.
Well, these I've had parrots and cockatiels and parakeets. These are by far much more fun and easy than any indoor bird.
It looks it.
So as you
No,
see,
they-
Tell me how.
look, you can take them on vacation.
Oh, yeah, that's one.
Is
Let's
that
go to
being
the beach?
is that being shared? I can't see our window to see if that's. Oh, it is. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you take your pigeons with you on vacation?
Mm-hmm.
Or you could,
Of course you do.
you can
Okay.
see this
Yeah, that was
goes
at
right
the
in the
beach.
backpack.
Oh, this is Elise. This is your daughter. This has got your daughter written all over. That is an amazing photo.
Isn't it? And then Kristen working.
I'm working.
Oh, this is what we're doing when we're working?
Yeah, I've got a pigeon in my hood.
Or that's a pigeon?
Mm-hmm. That's the
There's this one.
Oh, okay.
So, and she's got a little cage.
That's the pigeon cage?
Yeah, see, there's a close
Look, I'm using the straw we sell.
Huh. Interesting. How's that working?
It's working pretty good.
So you're
That's
saying
the healthy straw.
So you're saying we can market the healthy straw for people that have indoor bird cages? I never thought about that.
Yeah,
Why do you,
and guinea pigs.
really?
Yeah, it'd be
I
great.
mean, that
for
only
guinea
makes
pigs.
sense, and so does the hemp. But
Yeah.
interesting. All right. Well,
So you can take your pigeons on vacation.
so we were pretty desperate for a show idea this week.
I had no ideas. I was very busy.
Is this a bird bath?
Yeah, let me have your water.
Okay. So pigeons and quail alternatives if you can't have chickens.
Yeah, and we haven't made a quail coop yet, but if anybody listening has quail, we do have a listener that I've talked to about quail.
I thought we used one that was the California with a ledge.
Oh, we sure did.
We did?
Mm-hmm. I have a
Okay.
picture of that.
All right, can you pour some water in there?
Yeah, because my water for some reason has a feather in it, and I was really hoping for some water. It's been a.
Oh, here, I got
we
you
don't
some
need to be
water.
pooping on the Golden Bell. Wait, this
No,
is my.
they've got diapers on, so they're not going to poop.
Oh,
I mean, they are pooping.
yeah, I trust those diapers. Oh, see, no, look at we got a blowout right there.
Oh,
Oh my gosh,
a
what
little
is it with
stage
you?
fright.
With no, there's feathers. What in the world is floating around in my water? Okay, moving on. All right. So, any questions?
How are everyone's chickens doing?
How are you guys all doing? We are live, January 26, 2024. If you have any questions, please give me a question. Get me out of
JoJo
this.
Jones says, East Ohio here. It's a muggy mess around here, so I've kept my hens in the coop. The coop is big, 14 by 16 foot run. Any fun activities to keep them happy while inside?
Yes. Now, let me first ask you, when you say coop, are we talking about the hen house or it's, 14 by 6.
Run
Perfect.
size.
Nice run size. You know, we need to do a show on boredom busters, DIY boredom busters. And there is one that I absolutely love that I remember. Oh my gosh. That I remember from years ago that a customer of ours did. And they took, you know, those Coke bottles you get, I think it's like Christmas time, they're round. You ever seen those little round? They're about baseball size.
I haven't seen any of those for a long time.
Oh, maybe they don't do them anymore?
Yeah, maybe they don't.
So now we're going to have a bird bath. Oh, my God. Oh. You just love torturing me. That's what you did here.
I do. I love
my
torturing
gosh.
you.
So, anyways, and I don't think you have to use these particular types of Coke bottles, but some type of plastic container and peel whatever is on it off so it's see-through. And fill it up with some type of treat that your chickens absolutely love, like a type of scratch or something small. And then you just poke holes in the container, you know, very randomly. And then you put a cap on or whatever, and you throw that into the run. And what happens is the chickens got to kick it around trying to get to the scratch, or they start to learn they got to kick it around to get the scratch out to get the treat. Yeah. I just always thought that was really cool.
It is. And I had something like that, and they buried it.
Really?
Yeah, and I found out like a year later. They
did
just bury
Did the
it.
seeds germinate? Did they start growing?
No, I don't know. I just every toy I've given them has been buried. But the other thing I do is the cabbage.
Yes, I
cabbage.
think
that's a good
Yeah.
one.
A really good go-to.
Any melons are good too.
Melons, yeah. If you can get like a half a melon. The
Corn
one
cob, maybe? Is that you can do a corn cob where you hang the corn cob? So
Right.
pretty much anything that they got to work for.
The other thing is I noticed that like I put up little perches and ledges and stuff like that. Just things to give them, you know, I have like a stump in the run. Just different things like that will give them like a little short ladder for them to go up and down. So there's just things to make things more interesting. The dust bath inside the run. All different things like that. But food things are always good.
Someone says they're having trouble getting onto YouTube. I see a lot of people here on YouTube. Let us
Yeah.
know if there's any difficulties there. I reached out last week on social media, Facebook, and had almost an immediate response. Thanks. Gene, you are welcome. Yeah, again, just did my comment earlier. We at Carolina Coops, I would like to think that we provide some of the best customer service ever, from the very beginning to the very end. And the reason why I get frustrated when people say, we're just going to let them go. It's the pinwheel. It's the pinwheel. That they have any problems getting a hold of us. I get so frustrated because it's like, what are we doing wrong? Like, is there something going on? And I never trust a lot of things, especially with today's technology. We could just let it go. Thank you.
She likes it up there.
But I wish there was a way. You know what I've always envisioned on our website? Because I got to believe most of the people find us on our website first. Can we just have someone come out in the bottom corner saying, hey, welcome to Carolina Coops. Thanks for visiting carolinacoops.com. If you have any questions, you can go here, which we have the online chat.
Yeah, we do.
Or here's our phone number. Just give us a call. You know what I mean? Like,
that exists. The other thing is there's a lot of people that do reach out to us only on social media because they don't even go to the website, which I always look up a website first.
So maybe that's our problem because our social media presence is getting bigger, which I'm thankful for, and that's what I want. Mm-hmm. So maybe we need to have something on social media where we make sure.
Well, I do. I make sure all the comments, all the messages are
then
dealt
how
with.
In the world is someone saying, I'm frustrated, I'm not hearing back from anyone?
Because they said that they called and emailed and didn't get a response.
That is so scary if they're not getting a response, right?
So we don't know what happened. So
I can do more information for that.
Yep.
All right. So moving on.
We got.
Thank you.
Yep. Rudy. Oh no.
Fish and Matt Ryan. How does everyone keep their hen house windows so clean and clear? Mine gets super dirty on the inside, dusty. I'm using the deep litter hemp bedding inside. Okay, great question. And at the end of the day, and what I do love about our hemp is it is next to zero dust, okay? But when you have a chicken coop, chickens create dust.
Oh my God. So my coop gets so dirty.
Yeah, no matter if you had a completely sterile environment, I wish we had a camera at every different angle.
I know.
You guys could see what's going on in here.
Pigeons everywhere.
This
is
is
flapping and
yeah.
pooping.
I think there's going to be a lot of dust, but the question is, how do other people keep theirs so clean and clear? I can tell you there are people that go out every day and they clean their chicken coop.
I also think it's that he's looking at people who have new coops.
That is true, because they're going to get dirty.
They do.
They're going to get dirty. Now, something that's very interesting, we met with a potential customer yesterday, and I think it is official. I'm just going to go ahead and make the announcement. We have made the decision to switch everything over to Acre. We had one last step, and we had to see how it did with paint, and it actually painted really well. There was an area that we were concerned about. It's because the edges can be a little bit, they're just a different surface than the front, so of course the paint's going to look different, but once we do a second coat, it goes away. So we're going to be switching to Acre, and I was showing the customer that came in to buy a chicken coop, the coop that's out in the paint booth with the Acre, and when you're painting Acre material, you have to use a vinyl safe paint. And one of the vinyl safe paints that we've learned to like is the Rain Refresh, right? From Sherwin-Williams. Mm-hmm. And what is nice about the Rain Refresh is it's self-cleaning. So something to think about.
What does that mean?
It means it basically
when it rains, it gets cleaned.
Yeah, basically, I guess what Sherwin-Williams did is they took whatever Rain-X is, they put it in with the paint, and when you paint it, when dirt sticks to it, and then when it does rain, it comes off very easily. So it's self-cleaning paint. So we're going to be switching over to the Rain Refresh. Scary how much it is per gallon, but people want clean coops, and there is a solution, but nothing is perfect, and it is going to get dirty.
Yeah.
And I have to believe everyone's going to have a different type of situation where if it's a very dry environment, you're going to have dust. The soil composition, that's going to create potentially more dust.
Yeah, mine. I mean, I've had my coop for almost 7 years now, and I do clean the windows. I just take a little Castile soap with water, and I just wipe it down. But the one thing that makes it really look dirty is because the screens get dust when you can't see that black. So I wipe. So I usually do that a couple of times a year. Depends on how my tolerance is.
Huh? How is your tolerance?
Like right now, I'm like, my house is a mess, so the coop is a mess. So,
So-
but you know what I mean. But in the spring, I'll do it, and I'll make it look nice and clean.
Cleaning.
Yeah.
Also, the chickens are dusty.
Mm-hmm.
It's not coming from the hemp. I get some calls.
Well, that's
about
what I
that.
wanted to say is that you can
Yeah.
have a sterile environment, and chickens are just a dusty animal.
Yeah, and that the natural stained coops or wood stained coops tend to be easier to keep clean than a white coop.
Or just look clean.
Thank you.
Yeah,
look
yeah.
clean.
Oh,
Big
no,
difference.
They don't
Thank you.
stay
And
clean.
you got to
That's
remember,
right, that's
if you're
right.
doing things right, your chickens are going out and taking a dust bath.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and
Right.
they're coming
so
in.
dust isn't bad.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, hold on, we'll get to that. How you
Okay.
doing, Rudy? You're coming up next. Yes, that is just things falling in the studio. Fish and Matt Ryan just gave me an idea. And maybe this is something he would be interested in, and many other people. We have a stockpile of polycarbonate that are cut. An accident's about to happen. A stockpile. Oh my gosh. A stockpile of polycarbonate for chicken coop windows. And it might be worth it if you didn't want to clean them or for whatever reason, just swap them out to something brand new. That is very doable. And I bet you we can ship them dirt cheap. We have them, and we have thousands of polycarbonate cutouts for windows. Mm-hmm. So something to think about. Never thought about offering that.
Yeah, if you want to switch them out. I mean, like I said, it's going to get dirty. And that's just the way it is.
All right, so Rudy's coming up next. There we go. We're going to just go ahead, Ingrid.
Okay. So Rudy says, wet coop. We have had wind-driven rain and then snow. My hemp is almost as moist as my run. I solve this by raking frequently. If that fails, I add hemp in the hen house and add tree mulch to the run. These are perfect suggestions.
Yeah, you got to remember,
that
guys.
is good.
Yeah, we are outside. What you want to be careful about is if the wetness starts to contribute to things that are bad, like certain bacterias and molds and whatnot, then we just got to get something in there by stirring it up or add another material to keep absorbing. It is outside. It is going to happen.
Right.
Yeah.
Karsten asks if he says his chickens mob them whenever they get in the car to leave. They're asking. He also, Karsten, you're supposed to give me your address.
He's a last week's.
Yeah, he didn't.
Yeah, and he sent me a nice email.
He
too.
sent emails,
He
but he didn't
did.
give me the address or his shirt
Yeah,
size.
that
or
was
what.
very nice of him.
Yeah.
You were reading that to me when we were in break after the show. That was very nice.
Please send me your address and shirt size.
Yeah.
Robin says that hers is frozen with some moisture in it, meaning that the hen house hemp, and which happens when we get really cold, and then but the good thing is it doesn't smell then. It's just like frozen poop. The poopsicles, and they're fine.
Poopsicles.
Yeah, well, when you have dogs, that's what they're called. When you're
So speaking of the word frozen, how's it going with the emergency calls for frozen heated water bar systems?
I don't know. How are they doing?
Yeah, so you're not getting them anymore, right?
No.
So I've been getting them, and
Okay.
there hasn't been nearly as many as I thought. And once again, and you and I just recently went on a troubleshooting call, did we not?
Mm-hmm.
And I kid you not, and I'm so glad we got it on video, and that video is going to be coming out soon. His rain barrel froze, and sure enough, I was.
you mean the water in the rain barrel?
Yep, the water in the rain barrel froze. Good point. And so I just assumed, which we never assume when we're troubleshooting, that there was no power to the de-icer. Well, there was. But as soon as we opened up that cover, what did we discover?
It wasn't completely plugged in. It was hanging.
Just like that.
Barely hanging there.
So there was no power going to the de-icer. So, folks, if you have a heated water system, got to make sure everything's hooked up correctly. Make sure everything's plugged in all the way. Make sure you got power. Make sure there's a return line. If you got a pumping, it's got to be able to pump that water somewhere. That was also the situation. There was no return line. The handyman that put their Coop together didn't put the return line on, which I don't understand why. So we did all that. He was so happy with the service call, and was kind of like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that's all it was.
Joy asks, she says, my girls are not turning the deep litter. How often should I stir up the hemp? Will it mess up the composting process?
Well, I'm not surprised they're not turning
Yeah.
it because they just don't spend time in the hen house.
Yeah.
Like they do in the run.
Right. So I'm not surprised. Some people turn it once a week, some people every month. It depends on how many chickens you have in there, really.
Yeah.
And what your tolerance level is.
When should someone stir the hemp or add hemp?
When it smells. Well, I mean, I stir it before it smells because I don't want them walking to the nest box and stepping in a big clump of poop. So I like.
Oh,
to
you're
stir
one
it.
of them.
Yeah, I like to stir it. But I go out to my chickens a couple times a day. I go out there every morning. I give them treats. So I'm very involved with my chickens.
Huh.
I'm surprised how little that is an issue, though, with the eggs.
It probably isn't. It probably isn't an issue.
It's slightly. I mean, but I'm surprised it's not more.
What do you?
Because you still get even if they will have to walk across poop to get to the egg nest, the nesting box. That I still get perfectly clean eggs in there.
You're right.
So I'm surprised it's not more of an issue than it is.
I've just been doing this for so long; it becomes part of my little routine.
And I do like that routine.
Right, so-
my chicken check. I like going out there.
So you're going out and stirring the hemp as a prevention.
I don't do it every day, but I have a little rake out there, and when I open the back and I just give it a little stir if there's like a lot of poop on the top.
Really just turning it over, right?
Yeah, just a little bit. And sometimes if it looks like it's dirty, I will really turn it over and get the stuff from the bottom and just totally turn it like a normal composting thing because that stuff is beautiful.
Yeah, it's still good down below, which,
Yep.
we did a video not too long ago. You and Mackenzie were out there, and yes, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I'm just too lazy that I'm not going to do anything until I have to. It's like underwear, you kind of wear it one way, and then you could turn it around, wear it another, and then flip it inside. I mean, you get 4 days out of one pair of underwear, can you not? No? Is that just me?
That's just
Non's like, yeah, he really does that. No, I'm kidding. No, I guess, yes, you should be preventative. And
Well, I think it's also the kind of person that's my personality. I like all these little like animal based. Not so much. They're not chores to me. They're just like little routine
yeah.
things that I do that have to do with my pets, and that's how I look at my chickens. So I have that routine and my dog routines and all. So that's
Yeah,
just
no,
the way I am.
you know, and that's a good point too, because that's one thing that when we talk to people when they're interested in getting chickens, one of the things that's nice about our coop and all the things that we preach is you can go away on vacation. We can set it up so it's literally you hardly have to do anything, just go out and collect your eggs. But other people are like, yeah, no, Matt, I want something to do. I'm like, well, we can make it harder.
Well, I just like, I bring them their treats in the morning and I make it the night before. And Sean's like, well, you don't have to do it every night. I'm like, yeah, but they're expecting it. Like when I come out, they're running over to me. And it's just like, I feel like I wouldn't, I know it. They'll be fine if they don't get their treats. But I like doing that kind of stuff.
Okay, I can't help it. Robert Pizzo says Chiefs all the way. Benjamin, nobody likes the Lions. I am rooting for the Lions. They have never been to the Super Bowl. Why would we not root for them? I don't know. I hate to say it. I'm so glad Buffalo lost, being from Buffalo.
You're not from Buffalo. You're from
I'm sorry.
Rochester.
I'm
from
true.
upstate.
But you're from Western New York, and everyone thinks God's gift of football in Western New York is Buffalo Bills, and the fans are just insane. I don't know how they let Jason Kelsey live when he pulled that stunt. You probably don't watch football at all.
No.
Have any idea what's going on with Taylor Swift and good people though. Jason Kelsey jumped out of the box and went out into where the Buffalo Bills fans are after the Chiefs scored a Super Bowl. Which, if it wasn't Jason Kelsey, that guy probably would not be alive today. But they, it was funny. You have to watch it. And then he did help one of the girls get to see Taylor Swift. That was a Buffalo Bills fan, so it all worked out really well. But I'm happy. I hope the Lions do it. But anyways, let me know what you think.
Yeah, because this is a chicken show, so let's talk football.
I'm trying to get to you. We got quail flying around. We got pigeons flying around.
So Bridget says those quails are little. I have, how do you pronounce this?
Coturnix.
Coturnix
quail.
They seriously love the death adventures, always trying to kill themselves.
They are. I mean, that's exactly what's going on right now. And I saw Mackenzie said, please bring them to my office. They can fly around.
Yeah, I was just trying to get it away from the door.
Yeah, but they keep getting their foot hung up. That's
need
not
to-
driving you nuts.
Yeah, that's why I picked him up.
Anyways.
But the other quail was over there at the door. So if anyone walked in,
that would be bad.
It would be gone.
Yeah. So Simon says egg allergies are caused by the egg white. So I don't know anything about egg allergies, but let's see. Okay. Do you have
Boy,
anything
I'm
else to
close, Alan.
I think
Speaking
Matt's
of
gonna
cluck
say
it,
cluck it.
Yeah, when are we going to do that T-shirt? That is.
Who's in charge of T-shirts now?
I don't know anymore. I think it's Nicole, but Nan has put Ixnay on shirts until further notice.
Why is that?
I don't know. We got so many other things going on right now.
Matt says, I'm online right now trying to buy rope wrap roost bars from you guys. Is the price listed for 1 bar or 2 bars?
Interesting question. That should.
It should be per bar.
Well, no, but why is that a question is what I'm getting
There
at.
should be a drop down, I believe, for 1 or 2.
It should be 55 plus shipping, I believe, for the rope wrap for your size coop.
I tell you, people love those rope wrap roost bars in stock. We got Coops in stock. We have everything in stock right now. It's wonderful. When people are placing their orders and they just go pull it off the shelf, there's no delay, no waiting.
So Simon's asking, do you free range the quail, which is something I think you should talk about because you can't because they'll just fly off, correct?
No, yeah, you cannot free range quail. And I think Simon has quail. He's been chatting about it, and he seems to know some things. So I don't know if he has quail. Simon, do you have quail?
I think he did say he did.
I would like to see where Simon's comment is. Like, I'm trying to learn where Ingrid focuses on all the comments because I always go to the bottom.
Or maybe he just knows about them.
I also saw that you can keep pigeon and quail together.
You can keep quail and pigeons together. Interesting. And Mackenzie says when they fly straight up, it's called flushing. And it's a startle reflex.
Yeah, I bet they're pretty startled.
They're startled, I'll tell you that. Flushing. Well, you got a lot of flushing going on. One needs like a dozen quail eggs for just a normal 3-egg omelet,
Right.
yes.
It's not ideal, but there is a place for quail.
Those quails are little.
We already read that one.
Yeah, sorry.
Stop reading.
I can do it. I can do what I want. If you guys have any questions, let us know, please. So what's next week's show?
Oh, when do we have the vet coming on? That's coming up.
February. That's in February. Don wants to know if they have silky pigeons.
What in the world is a silky?
They do have huge feather-footed pigeons and fancy pigeons.
They do.
Yeah.
So pigeons are like, there's a whole like home pet pigeon market there.
Oh yeah.
All right. Can you stain the new the Acre? I guess that's what they're saying.
Yes.
Susan. Can you stain the new not wood product on the new Coops?
You absolutely can. There is a particular type of stain that you have to use. And again, this is the Acre product. This is a 3/4. And I'm excited about this. I am terrified if people are going to freak out because this is going to take the place of high-density polyethylene. It's going to take the place of the BCX ply. This has been a game changer. This is going to allow us, even, I don't know if you saw the coop that Evan's finishing up right now. He's designing for out in Arizona. The hexagon coop with the beehives and oh my God, it's amazing. And then we're like, the Acre is the perfect product for this situation because of how the desert can be. But you can use stains. It's a certain type of stain because, again, there is PVC in here. It's only 35% PVC. But we got a visitor from Modern Mill, which is the company that makes this out of Mississippi. He came to our shop the other day, even offered to take us out to lunch, and I couldn't. I was like, oh, God, I got to go into another meeting. I so wanted to. But he had even more great things to say about it. There's 0 VOCs. There's 0 off-gassing of this product. There is nothing toxic that is an ingredient inside that makes up Acre. 100% recyclable. It's just absolutely incredible.
And tell people what it means to have that in the shop versus ply, like you were telling me last week.
Well, so here's what's going on. I mean, okay, business in general, right? You want the least amount of waste. You want the least amount of cost. The less costs you have, the better your pricing can be compared to other competitors, if you will. All right.
Right.
So I am adamant. You guys all hear me say this. I can't think of the last time we did price increases. I refuse to do price increases until we know 100% we are at top of our game. Whether it's how efficient we are, how quick we're getting things out, and also our choice of materials. And what this Acre is allowing us to do, it is more expensive. This is actually a very expensive material. But what's happening is because we're combining it, it's taking the place of high-density polyethylene and the BCX, the 3/8 ply. We have less space taken up, so that's a huge time saver and money saver right there because we just got one product. And labor is the biggest cost of business. And when you are putting plywood down on a CNC, and believe it or not, there's vacuums that suck the material down through an MDF material. It's called spoil board. Plywood, solid woods don't want to behave. They always pop up. And you can imagine you hit go and you got this machine going around cutting things. If the material pops up and this thing's cutting, all hell breaks loose. Like, it's nasty things that can happen. This material sucks down so beautifully to the spoil board. It behaves really well. Also,
it's very true.
It's very, the statement's very true or the material's very true?
The material is very true when you're cutting it.
Oh, yeah. Well, so here's the other thing. Now we can cut everything on the CNC. So there's no more labor involved with all the trim work, all the meticulous work when it comes to especially the Carolina style construction. And what we're going to do and what we've learned is we cut out every part on the CNC, and Eric's got it where he can engrave every single part into the material. So we won't even have to put the coop. Yeah, so we can. So
that's helpful.
Oh my gosh, our coops are going to get so much. I can't say cheaper. I keep getting corrected. Less expensive because of that, because we're going to be able to do them quicker, less labor, get it out the door, but it means more work by the customer. What I'm terrified is that they're going to be like, oh my gosh, no, Matt, I want the high density no matter what. Inside the egg hutches are behaving so much better with this material.
Is it more expensive than high density? Because that's pretty expensive material, isn't it?
It is. It is more expensive than high density.
It is. A lot more?
Depends on your definition of a lot, but it's ugly. I ain't gonna lie to you. But this is a brand new product, and just like everything else, if you remember when flat screen TVs came out, plasmas are like $2-3 now you can get them for $2-3. Supply is gonna reach demand, and the price will come down. I am working the manufacturer as much as possible, bypassing the person we have to buy it from. That's how ruthless we are. We're going right to the manufacturer, and the person we buy it from came out with the manufacturer, and just again, trying to work deals to get the price down as much as possible. The other thing is, you know what else I learned about this? It's fire resistant. It has an extremely high level of fire resistance.
No.
Yeah. So if you're worried that your coop's going to burn down, it won't with this material. I mean, everything burns technically, but at what temperature, at what level? So there's just so many things that made this material.
Yeah, we had a builder come through for a chicken coop, and he recognized it and said, "Oh, we're using that."
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, he was he couldn't believe it. 'Cause, again, it's a brand new product, and he's like, "Oh, that stuff is awesome." I said, "Oh yeah, it is."
So we have some questions.
Please.
Ashley says, has anyone used the pine horse pellets for a run to dry it up?
I haven't used
That
it,
one?
but I think it would work.
Do you know anything about those, Matt?
Oh yes.
Okay.
If you have a wet run, don't you think that would help?
I guess it depends on. Okay, so we're reacting. All right, so if we're reacting to a wet situation, the pine pellets can be extremely helpful. The pine pellets I see a lot used with horses, that they actually, to activate the absorbency, they actually got to soak them in water. And I forget the ratio. Mackenzie can chime in. Like, we just saw this at the horse show up in Ohio, and I couldn't believe it. But I couldn't believe how absorbent they become.
Interesting.
So I would have to believe, again, if you are in a situation where you're like, oh my gosh, I got a bunch of water, like we do on our table here, and you just put some pellets in there, it's going to absorb it. It can help, but I am always looking at things about prevention. So if you have a really wet run, which maybe it's just because of the rain. I mean, again, we've had a ton of rain. Don't freak out. As long as it can dry out in a timely manner, I would let it go. Sometimes I think there's reasons why we have storms come through. Sometimes we need the rain. Sometimes we need a little boost.
She also says her chickens are loving the Christmas tree, which is also...
I can't wait to get goats for that. Goats love Christmas trees.
Okay.
Who's Clippy from The Office? Robert Pizzo says he called 2 days ago and was delighted with the person that answered. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Robert.
Yes. Question from Deb. Caught my Colombian Wyandotte in the nest box the other day, and she was sitting there and was making a noise. The other ones were standing in front of her, staring at her.
She broody?
I don't know if that's...
Yeah, if she continues doing that, I would say she's broody.
Which is...
Yeah, I don't know if that was a question.
Yeah,
I don't think maybe she hit enter before she meant to finish it.
Because a lot of times, they all like the same nest box. So if one is in there laying an egg, and sometimes it takes a while. It takes half an hour to an hour sometimes, if not longer.
And there can be other nest boxes wide open.
Right.
Yeah,
but they want that one.
Yeah, I will have another one just stand in front of her going like, are you done yet?
All right, so speaking of nest boxes, have I shown you guys the new one coming out?
A new nest box?
Do we remember recently we talked about that there was a complaint on the Carolina Coops owner forum, and that, well, regardless, I had a great conversation with them, and we came up with some new ideas for potentially a new altogether, egg hutch. And what their concern was is that they weren't able to go in and pull their chickens out and put them up on the roost bars because they didn't want them sleeping in the egg hutch.
Oh, yeah.
Which nobody does, but there's a reason why they're sleeping in the egg hutch because they're probably being picked on. So either way, we had to open up the opening to make it easier for her to get the chickens out, so we had to change the pitch of the roof. Okay, that's fine. It's growing on me. I don't like seeing different angles, but whatever. Something really cool came out of this design that I cannot wait. I'm pretty sure I showed you. If you have a nest box, you know how some people are like, oh my gosh, Matt, that's too small of an egg box.
Yeah.
Or, oh, that's too big. That's why the chickens won't lay in there. Or, you got to have dividers. You can't open up the whole thing. It's like, oh my gosh, I can't make it. I'm hell-bent on trying to make everyone happy. Regardless, we're going to CNC, so the dividers, you can go from a 5-gang to a 4-gang. You can go a 2-gang. You can do a 3-gang.
So adjustable.
It's adjustable.
Oh, that is nice.
Oh, I can't wait.
It's always nice to have
I was trying to finish it today, and I was hoping to show it to everyone, but people showed up.
So Deb's question was that the chicken that was in the nest box, there was no egg, and she was saying, is that normal? And I noticed that as it's turning, the days are getting longer, I noticed that I had some chickens kind of going in there and doing like little what I call practice runs, where they'll go into the nest box, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm gonna get an egg," and then it's like nothing.
Interesting.
So
That makes sense.
so
Fake
I
out.
think I think that might be what's happening because I just think it's a little early for broody, but I could be wrong, and I don't
it
know.
is.
But so sometimes when they're starting to lay for the season, they might just kind of go in there and be like, false alarm, or if it's their first time, they kind of practicing, and they'll go up a bunch of times and there'll be no egg. So I've had that happen many times.
Fisherman Rise said, I found you guys first on YouTube. That's actually probably true. Most people find us on YouTube, which is a form of social media, or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Oh,
it
yeah.
is.
So, but yeah, pulling, sweeping motion. We need to make that T-shirt. Pulling, sweeping
We're
motion.
gonna have to have a full.
What does hydrophobic mean? Carson's saying hydrophobic paint. Hydro, water. Phobic is fear. Paint. So you have a
It's
paint
like
that's fear
Rain-X.
of water.
It rolls off.
Okay.
Journey with Jewel asks, I recently moved my chicks, now 12 weeks, to their coop. The hen house is connected to a run, but the ladies refuse to get on the ground. Do you think it's because the ground is colder?
No.
No, I don't think so either. I think it's because of the change.
Yep. Here's the other thing I've noticed.
They just have to get used to it.
When they're 12 weeks old, they've gotten really used to, I'm going to assume in this situation, the brooder. And I noticed, this happened to me once. I had our chickens, the baby chicks, in the brooder way too long, like about 10, 12 weeks. Finally, I got them out to the coop. I noticed they just thought they had to be on the ground or flat. Their instincts weren't kicking in as quickly as when they're about 5 to 6 weeks. I noticed a lot of people have said the same thing where they won't go back up. They just want to stay down at the ground level.
What they're used to.
Yeah, so give them time, and I really think that has a lot to do with that they're 12 weeks.
Yeah.
What is Acre?
Yes, I was going to say that. Just explain to people that are for the first time.
What
hearing
is
about
Acre? SP question mark. What does that mean?
Spelling.
How do you guys know this? Am I that old? Am I that not cool? I said
Yes.
sus the other day, and the kid's like, no, you're too old to be saying that.
You can't say sus. That's funny.
Yeah, so this is a brand new product that is being manufactured here now in the States. And basically, it's called Acre, and it's 51% rice hull. So I don't know, is a rice seed, a rice kernel? I don't know what it's
Grain.
called. A grain, a ground grain. So it's the hull is the outside like husk. Okay, I'm making up words now, but the outside of the rice kernel. Is it not a kernel?
It's a grain.
It's a grain.
We established that.
Is corn a grain? Corn's a
Yeah.
grass. Help me out here,
It's a
folks.
grain.
So they take that material, which would normally never be used, and they invented a way to mix it with PVC, 35% PVC, 14% other magical ingredients, to make this wonderful,
sauce.
wonderful material where we're buying it 4x8 sheets in 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch, 3/8, and using it in place of where we would use wood. And the reason is because this is stable, it's more sustainable, it's going to last forever. It is termite proof, rot proof, fire resistant, no off gassing. It is considered, he did say, we asked him about is it certified organic. He did say something. Gosh, I can't remember.
Well, we don't need it to be certified organic.
No, but there is something interesting he said. I wish I would have remembered. But just an amazing product. It is expensive. And it's expensive because it does take a while to manufacture it, but also it's brand new. Just like anything else, it's going to take a while for the price to come down. But without a doubt, it has been, for the past 3 years when we've been researching it, too good to be true. We finally are putting it to the test. We got a beautiful, you been out to the paint booth and seen that coop they painted?
No.
Did I tell you what happened?
Well, I was out there.
Okay.
Actually, you brought us out there for the
Oh, that's right.
when the
So just
representative came.
absolutely beautiful. It paints beautifully. You just got to use vinyl safe paint. That is the key. I guarantee you're going to see more and more of this in the future.
It's a
So
sharp looking product.
let me ask you.
Please,
So the frame of the coop will still be
Douglas fir.
right.
All
so
day
if
long.
you're painting and staining, or say staining, are you gonna have to use a different paint or stain for the Douglas fir versus the Acre product?
I guess that's going to be up to you. I don't know the exact answer to that right this second because I don't know. I have to believe from the research we've done, because there are stains that can be used on Acre is already a stain you can use on wood.
Okay.
So I'm going to
So
say
it's like you can go one way but not the other way. So what
Yeah.
you need something special for the Acre, which you can also use on the wood, but the stuff you use on the wood, you probably
May not be able to use on this.
you may
That's
not.
correct.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
We'll do more testing though.
Yeah. We stained it. It stains beautifully. We've even used paint on this that's non-vinyl. We broke every rule, and it's still held up.
Yeah, and that's what we want to test.
Right, but the problem is when it comes to warranties.
Okay.
So Sherwin-Williams, what I love is they stand behind their product. And they said if you use a paint on this product that's meant to only be vinyl safe and there's a problem, they're not going to stand behind it. So we got to tell people, you got to use the vinyl safe.
Ashley says she put her hemp from Carolina Coops in last May, and I haven't yet had to add any. It's amazing.
Thank you, Ashley.
Thank you.
Yeah, I haven't cleaned it for a year and a half, 2 years. I don't even remember when I cleaned my
Yeah,
Coop
I'm due
last.
for a cleaning myself.
Faults. Ooh, Amber M says faults. Faults to what? Is that an arrow going up?
Yes, I don't.
Oh, the previous comment was chickens are not pets; they are food.
Yeah, I see Mosaic is on.
Yeah.
He does not like bankers or.
Well, my chickens aren't food, and they are pets.
Yeah.
They
But
give
everyone
me-
loves chicken.
They give me.
They make great pets.
Oh, I know. But I also Bojangles this morning. Oh God, I've been breaking so many rules today. Me too about the Lions.
Excellent.
Let's see. Okay. Well, I'm just looking at the time.
Nadine, and I don't mean property size. When I say acre, Matt said that you're changing over to use it. I joined a few
Yes.
minutes ago. Yeah, good. So
Yes, I wanted people, because some people might not have seen. We've talked about Acre for a long time.
yeah, I'm not in love with the name. I'm not gonna lie to you. I want to ask him, why do you call it acre? You couldn't come up with something else like really cool plastic wood or something. I don't know.
Simon does have the that little quail.
Coturnix.
Thank you. I don't know why I can't pronounce things lately.
You can't pronounce. I can't talk. It's just we're all ready for a break. I think is what it is.
How about here? Ashley has a show idea. Ashley's on fire today. Thank you,
Y'all
Ashley.
need to have the coffee with the chicken ladies on.
Coffee with the chicken ladies.
I don't know that.
I don't know that either.
Well,
I
check
tried to
it
get.
out.
I told you I tried to get drinking with chickens on, but she didn't get back to us.
I would love a show where we can drink. That would be wonderful.
Deb says if you don't want your coop to burn down, don't let your chickens play with matches.
Yeah, you do not need a heat source inside your chicken coop. She's right.
And Joy has used the pine pellets, just use them sparingly. Oh, so people have used the horse pine pellets for the run when it's been wet.
Yeah,
Okay.
and coming from the underside, yeah, it's gonna happen. It'll dry out.
Okay. So yes, and the
Hydrophobic means repels water, right? Okay, yeah. So it is. I guess. Yeah, it
Yeah,
repels
that's
water,
exactly
which makes it
why.
really run. So it's hydrophobic. I'm gonna try to use that word. Hydrophobic lick means loves water with paint. Okay. Ingrid is just scrolling through everything. So, anyways, and it is already 1 o'clock. And
Do you have anything else to get off your chest?
Oh, I do. I do. Today, this week, I tell you, it's always something, but I won't change it for the world. What's going on for next week's show?
I don't know. I'm so I that's why I asked about this show, because I didn't have any ideas.
Good. Cheryl says, why is this so terribly expensive if it's made of a waste product from rice?
That's a good question.
It is a good question.
A
Right?
lot of times to do things in a more sustainable fashion, it ends up being more expensive at first, like you said.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or just simply, I mean, they're a brand new company. I forget how long they've been around. It takes a while to get things up and running. And then, of course, supply and demand and things like that. Yeah, I guess you would think it wouldn't be that expensive. It's not so much, the obtaining of the material. It's the processing, and it's just
Yeah.
all the work that goes
I mean,
into it.
Think about all the styrofoam cups that and styrofoam packaging that's being used. That's terrible for the environment. It doesn't break down. There are sustainable options, but as a business, you're going to buy the cheap styrofoam cups instead of the stuff that's made, because it's not being made the way styrofoam is in the amount, and
Yeah.
you know what I'm
Supply
saying?
and demand.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but as long as we stop, I mean, people are still going to want to demand, as a business, they're going to want to demand styrofoam because it's cheap.
Mm-hmm.
So until other alternatives are cheaper, then unfortunately we're going to be stuck with that. So as a consumer and as a business person, like Matt's trying to make the right decision here with the Acre, we're taking yes, it's more expensive, but it's also has other benefits to productivity, which which will keep
Right.
the price down.
Yeah, because here's the thing, too. I don't know if people realize I'm rolling the dice big time. The domino effect that's going to go into just getting this into production is mind-boggling. It's a nightmare right now, but we're going to do it because I believe in it.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Susan asked if you have to stain or paint the Acre.
No. No,
don't.
you can leave it. Just a great question. You can leave it just like this.
You said it seems like it's so sturdy that you wouldn't have to. So that, because you said it's water repellent, right?
That's,
Yeah,
that's a
we
good
can't
point.
ruin it. We can't break it. But I tell you, it's beautiful.
Even if it got soaked?
We've soaked it, we've boiled it, we've cooked it, we've thrown it in the freezer, we've thrown it in the oven.
These are like crash test dummy
Oh my gosh,
things you're doing.
we're
to it.
literally like,
Yeah.
something's up here. Like, are we dreaming? It is just really that good of a product. Absolutely.
Nadine says the website says it's tree free, which is
Yeah. So yeah, again, and go check it out, folks, because we got to learn about it. And I promise you, I mean, we can go back to when we had Chandler on the show, who was a representative from Modern Mill when we first learned about it. That was about 2 or 3 years ago. We've spent a lot of time making sure this is going to be worth the change. And, and you got to figure out, in my opinion, as a business owner, you got to figure out today what people are going to buy tomorrow. You got to really stay ahead of it. You got to, outwork everyone
Cutting
else smart.
edge.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's what this stuff is. And
I see that Non chimed in here. She said the Acre product will not affect a farm's USDA certified organic status.
It does not leach anything toxic.
So
yeah, because we had someone call that ordered a duck house that was organic certified, and they were wondering if this is going to make it so they don't pass organic certification. And yeah, I mean, you can't get any more greener, honestly, when you think about it from the big picture. And that's what I think people forget. From the big picture, this product is how much it's going to save a lot of things. It's not just, okay, yeah, we're using a product that's very sustainable, being the fact that it's recyclable. It takes less energy to produce it. It's going to outlast trees, so there will be less demand on trees, even though people are going to shoot me. I get it. We have a lot of trees that are produced for production. I'm not trying to say we're trying to decrease jobs. I hear it from both sides. I get it, but
Robert wants to know when the coops that are built entirely from Acre will be available.
Great question. I don't know. I did ask them about it. They are working on a 2x. They're actually working on a 4x material. They probably didn't want me to say that. Oops.
Well, if they told you it's not really
Yeah,
secret.
well.
They should know better if they tell you.
Yeah, they got to
And
know.
it just makes sense. I mean, why wouldn't they?
There's a lot to it, but basically to take this material, it's right now not meant for anything structurally. This is meant for siding and all the things that are just meant for aesthetics. But they are working on making a 2x material, because I'm telling you, I would love that.
Can you cut a 4x material?
I'm sorry?
2x?
Well, yeah, you can, but it's better that we get it from them in a 2x material, and it has to be structurally sound.
Here we go. This is interesting.
I asked Benjamin Moore. They said the arbor coat works for Acre also. I think black pigment must be avoided, though. Yes, that is absolutely true.
Yeah,
that is what makes a paint vinyl safe or not. If they have to use a black colorant in the recipe, in the mixture for that paint, it means it's not vinyl safe. That is so true.
So what do they use if you want a dark color? Say you wanted like a charcoal gray. Would you not be able to use that for Acre? Or do they use something else to make that?
Yeah, they use a mix of other colors.
Okay.
To make the gray. Isn't
Yeah.
that what the paint rep said?
Yes. Here's the problem. When you go to mix up that base coat, you only have so much room for colorants. And if you got to go really, really dark and you can't use a black, but you're going to use a lot of brown, you're going to overflow the can. All right. So you got to make sure there's room in there for the colorants. And it's not as simple as you would think. Here's what I can tell you. We used a non-vinyl safe paint on this. We've used solid acrylic stain on this. It did pretty good.
Okay.
So, but again, I would never tell a customer to do anything but use vinyl safe, because if something does go wrong, I don't want you blaming me. And the same thing, that's what Sherwin-Williams is saying. But I don't know.
Let's test it on some scraps.
Well, we did, and we could do it again.
Okay, good.
I mean,
It's just nice to know.
Eric probably has the test pieces out at his desk. I mean, dude, we did everything, and then we shot it with staples, nails. Gosh, that's the other thing. We're listening. Everything's going to be screwed. No more nails.
April.
But what type of screws? Do you recess all the holes? Do you use bugle head? Do you use a pan head so it sandwiches it? Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Nah, it's not worth getting
I
into.
see Ben said, any news on the goat houses?
No, I really do want to get. We have a customer. I guess we're doing the coop first and then the goat house.
And the customer that called yesterday was interested in the goat house.
Yeah, please. If you guys want a goat house, I would love to get that done.
We just need somebody to order one so we can work on it. Somewhere.
When's the last time I shown you guys my tractor coop? I came across it again yesterday. Remember I drew that up like 5 years ago?
I bring in my own show and tell stuff. You bring in yours.
No, and I've
Let's
shown
see
it. I've shown it. I don't have it right now. But it would be nice to get that into production. But tractoring coops stinks.
Yeah, there's a reason why we don't do it.
That's right.
April says I should request show ideas and topics from your viewers. I do every week.
If anyone has a topic, a guess,
Please.
an idea, that would be great.
So E Stormy is asking, how does Acre patina if it's not painted? Like, how does it wear? Do we know?
I think it stays the same. But that is a good question. We'll have to ask that.
Like wood gets that gray.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that is a good question. We don't know yet.
No, I don't have my phone. I was say I can text them right now. That is a good question.
So Robert says, show idea. I like when you actually go outside to your coops to test something and introduce some new things to your girls.
Yes. Next week, you know what we should do?
Go outside?
Well, it's been a little cold here.
And today's warm but rainy.
Oh, yeah. Our hen house is due to clean out, right? Or should we go do a video today seeing if it's ready to clean out? But the last coop we cleaned out, we did live. But I think what we need to do is get a video of it and then just put that up on YouTube, and then we can go out there and talk about it. Speaking of YouTube, have we talked about where the video finally came out for the aerial predator netting job?
We haven't mentioned that, I don't think.
Yeah, I hope you guys have seen it. You said you've watched it
last weekend, yeah.
and you liked it. You said you're
loved
hooked.
it.
Yeah, Ingrid?
Yes, I watched it.
And?
I loved it.
Good. Well, thank you.
We
Because
should link on that video our VCL show we did on it.
Yeah, we should, because all things considered, the video came out really well. Our camera guy at the time decided to get lost in Alabama, and so Mackenzie came out to the rescue and did the best she could for filming and trying to capture everything, and I was already in a miserable mood, and the equipment wasn't working, so the audio wasn't the greatest. I did not give Paul, who does the video editing, the greatest material, so I regret that, but I think all
I
in all...
didn't notice anything with the audio.
Really?
I thought it was good.
Yeah, you hear everything if you're not mic'd up, and we were walking on stone and whatnot.
You know, you never apologized for all the bad audio clips you gave me when I was editing back in the day.
No, but I complimented you a million times on how well you did. Does that not count?
Yeah, I guess.
And we didn't have the equipment then.
I'm just saying, Paul's getting a lot of compliments. That's all.
So do the compliments I gave you for all those years not count?
I don't recall.
Huh. But if it was bad news, we as human beings, we remember the bad stuff.
Oh, Kat said, I really enjoyed the aerial netting video.
So that's a diversion?
I'm moving
When
on.
we're moving on, okay.
Carson says, show on chicken treats like you did for humans on cooking eggs. That's a good idea. Different chicken treats. Although Matt thinks I'm nuts for all this stuff I do for my chickens.
Well,
I don't think you're nuts.
No, I'm nuts on the black soldier fly larva. I mean, I'm itching for those to come
Who
back.
tries to breed flies indoors? Really?
I thought of it. I didn't do it.
Oh. And why not?
That's good for a garage. That's good for a garage. All right. Well, it's 1:15.
Yeah, I got meetings. We got a 2:00 meeting. We got a 3:00 meeting. Don't explain everything, but I am anxious about the 3:00 meeting.
3:30.
Oh, it's 3:30 now? Does it sound like it's going to be...
Oh, yeah.
Really?
So that's Maui.
Do we have anybody that lives in Hawaii that can give us some advice? I don't know how in the hell we're going to pull this off.
Advice on what?
We potentially are going to be doing a coop just like the big one we did in Santa Fe, New Mexico.
Oh, my God.
In Maui.
Oh, my God. And what kind of advice? Do you need builders? Like supplies and stuff?
No, I don't need anything. Okay. No, I need...
Well, we'll
How
see.
expensive is it in
We'll
Hawaii?
see. They may not want that one. We're
Okay.
going to be talking about options today.
Options are good, but let's just say in general, what's the secret if you're working out in Hawaii? Like I hear horror stories how expensive it is.
Well, it makes sense because we have to send all of the materials over to an island.
Right, because they don't have lumber over there that's harvested locally, right?
Yeah,
Unless it's
I mean,
palm.
they're limited on what they can actually.
So we're gonna have to cut
there.
that entire coop up in a kit, which actually makes sense, and just put it in a shipping container and send it over. I don't know. I'm really excited. I've never been to Hawaii. We got coops in Hawaii, but I've never been personally. So I'd like to get that checked off my list. But I tell you, I'm getting a little paranoid in my older years. Being out in the middle of nowhere on a little tiny hump in the water. Doesn't that scare you?
Surprising.
Have you ever been to Hawaii?
No, I've never been.
Ingrid?
No. I have a friend that moved there. She lives in Maui.
Yeah,
Does she like it?
She loves it.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, I had a friend that lived in Hawaii. He said he got islanditis. After a couple of years, he wanted off. But I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I'm excited about it. I hope we get to do it. And so, yeah, I'm looking forward to that show. That meeting.
Ben says it would take some homework, but I love seeing another chicken yard podcast. I'm looking for some ideas.
Actually, yeah, that's a good one. We can do that one on site at Ingrid's later this year.
So we were in Ingrid's neck of the woods the other night, a bunch of us. And we're like, what would happen if we all showed up at Ingrid's house right now? And it was about 9 o'clock on a Saturday night. What would you do if we did that?
I don't know. It depends. It depends who it was.
Really? We were kind of guessing what Ingrid's reaction would be.
Oh, that's nice.
What's wrong with that?
That's okay.
We wouldn't know if you'd be like, yeah, come on in, let's play euchre. Or I'm in bed, screw you guys. I don't know what you would do.
Well,
What would you do if people showed up to your house after you were in bed?
Come on in, let's play some euchre.
What if you had a 16-year-old dog that's not doing very well?
That's true. That's true.
He kind of rules my life right now.
Yeah, that's right. So we would not do that ever. Show up unannounced at 9 o'clock on Saturday night.
No. Okay. So, someone has a vacation home. Oh, Carson has a vacation home. And now that in Maui, and the materials are even more expensive because of the fires. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's right where we're going. Are we going to see Matt in a grass shirt?
That's funny.
What is a grass shirt?
Instead of a grass skirt, like in Hawaii, the ladies who do the
hula dancers. My dad used to love them. I don't know.
Matt says bring back Kevin from Epic Gardening.
So I was thinking about going out there to San Diego and doing a follow-up with Kevin.
That would be great. He has some special announcement that I keep seeing on social media.
Yeah, I saw that too.
He knows how to work social media.
Oh, he's a genius at it.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
So now I'm just waiting. Now I'm intrigued. But anyway, so it's 1:17.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Right.
All right. So we may or may not see you guys next week, but thanks for being here.
And we'll come up with something great.
Other than quail and pigeons.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
All righty, guys. Well, you have a wonderful weekend. We may or may not see you next week. Later.
All right. Bye.